Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. Hope you're all very well today. Bit dark in here, but don't want to put a light on. Another light. It's got a small light on. I'll sort that out for tomorrow. I reckon if I'm outside. I was hoping to do an earlier stream, but busy guys. Going off signing contracts for a storage place tonight, and then we've got a load of flats to look at tomorrow, and a house, I think. And then removal men coming at 6. Just so much going on, guys. It's blowing my mind. So much to get on with. But anyway, we're here again, talk about Man City. What we're going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about Messi. I'm sure that his name will crop up once or twice tonight. And we'll talk about him. Talk about stadium expansion. Talk about Gabriel Jesus. What's going to happen with him? Talk about maybe he's a lightweight or make weight in a deal to get Messi to over to City. I just don't know, guys. Just don't go. No. So we'll have to wait and see on this, guys. Let's just do some tidying up, trying to get some tags sorted out. Just let me do it now. Eventually. So let's see who is in the house. Aaron, how you doing, buddy? We'll talk about that now. Hi, Adam. What put it back, Aaron? The stadium expansion. Lack of fans. Evening. Is it real? Is that? Am I real? Am I real? No, I'm not real. I'm real, guys. What should I was? You guys. I started before I made myself a new coffee. Hi, Cam. Hope you're well, buddy. I'll just do the thumbnail and put the water on for a coffee, and I forgot to make a coffee, a hot one. Not partial to cold coffee, iced coffee or cold coffee. Yeah, it's not for me. I want hot. So yeah, main piece of business is Messi. Obviously I did that video last night. It's had about 2,000 views, talking about the finances behind the deal for Messi. Still lots of people saying City can't afford him. City can't afford to pay 150 or 200 million pounds for his transfer, can't afford to pay for his wages, and we can. We absolutely can. That's my firm belief. That's the belief of Colin Savage, that we can put a package together to buy him. Now, if his transfer fee is 700 million euros, then we won't do it. It's just there's a line, and that's way below the line. I think the line for City is 150 to 200 million euros. Don't know, Rahul. Namaste to you, Rahul. We don't know if it's happening, buddy. We're hopeful, but you've got to keep your feet on the ground. You can't get too excited yet. I'm a little bit excited. I was on the radio today. I kept my excitement in check, but radio station in Manchester. But it is very, very exciting. Hi, GSJ Forest. The room is dark. Well, got the shutters closed, man. It's 10 o'clock here. The sun went down about an hour and a half ago, so it's 10 o'clock here. And you got to remember, we haven't got much left in this place, simply because I should have put some more lights in it. But we don't use the room that much. My missus is in the other room, and she's working away, and kids are at the grandmother's. So I'd normally go outside. There's no light whatsoever outside. To do a stream like that, you have to do it early. I haven't got a desk. I haven't got a green screen or anything. So just on a table, got me cold coffee, and that's it, guys. And YouTube don't like these videos in the dark. But hey, we are here. This is what we can do. We'd love to see Messi, says John Malone at the Etihad. Please let. Well, it's not up to me, John. All I am is a commentator. I'm not even a pundit. I'm just commenting on what I think, and I think there's a reasonable chance. It's probably more than ever before. Aaron, of course, it's Real City, the best team in the land and all the world. You got it right there, buddy. Even Messi knows. And no one will pay 700 million he wants to leave, so he'll bring them to court. Well, it really depends, Cam. How are Barcelona going to deal with this? Are they? Well, there's lots of things to consider. Is Messi just trying to, use Man City and threatening to leave to get rid of Bartomeu? Or Bartomeu, whatever his name is, the president? Is it a power struggle? But if the new manager said to Messi, you're not going to get any special treatment, at some point, Barcelona have to detach from Messi, because Messi's running the club. and it's all around him. It's not around as a team. Now, it was different years ago when Messi was the man, 6, 7, 8 years ago. You had Xavi and Iniesta. You had some absolute top talent around as well. You had the best team in all the land and all the world. But the other good players have gone, and the new ones aren't as good. They're just not as good. Look what they've been wasting their money on Dembele on the bench against Munich. Griezmann on the bench against Munich, and Coutinho playing for Munich. And there's something like 400 million quid of talent there. 400 million euros at least of talent. So it's absolutely crazy, that situation at Barcelona. They've really messed up. So, I think he needs him. So the thing was, Barcelona got to look at it. Do you want Messi? Do you want to hold him to a year? Go to court with Messi? It's going to be very unseemly. There is a chance you'll lose. Unless you're stupid, you've got to consider the chance you're going to lose. Okay. Now, if Barcelona say we want 700 million for him, Messi says I want it for free, and goes to court. What if Messi wins? Barcelona get nothing whatsoever. And if I know anything about going to court, you try and make a compromise. Barcelona, even if they think 99% chance of winning, in the back of their minds is, if we go to court and lose, we get nothing. We might end up with nothing. Now, maybe they turn around and say, well, we'll take 200 million or 100 million. It's better to take 100 million than go to court and end up with nothing. And maybe Messi doesn't play until it's resolved. Now, maybe it can be expedited, sped through the courts. But what if Messi doesn't play until it's sorted out? And what if you do go to court and you lose? You get zero. So they might take a compromise and say, let's go for 200 million. And City can not easily afford that, but they can afford that. I'm sure they can afford that. And as I said, watch the video from last night that talks all about that. Rahul, with the way 2020 has been, this would be a great way towards making this. Well, yeah, football, it's not going to make the year better, but it'll make a smidgen of a difference. If it happens, do you think Mahrez will go? Zidane, I hope Mahrez stays. I hope Mahrez stays and fights. Messi's going to play all over. We're still going to play a lot of games. Why should Mahrez leave? It'll be a massive shock. I think Mahrez will stay and fight. He shouldn't be looking over his shoulder. It's his spot. He's got to make sure. Look, the bottom line is, if Mahrez wants to stay, he'll have to raise his game. He'll have to up his game. If he can do that, maybe he pushes Sterling aside. Maybe he goes into the middle, pushes Bernardo Silva out of the way. It's up to Mahrez. If he's good enough and he puts the effort in, his attitude's right, why can't he take the place of somebody else? Hi, Chris. Hope you're well, buddy. Chris Lindley. Juso Jack, I do not like Messi to be a City player. I love to see Mbappe. I don't mind Mbappe, but he's not doing enough for me. Look, he's still only a kid, but he doesn't do enough for me. He makes too many bad choices, greedy choices. Now, Juso, he won't lose his rank. He'll be all right. He's still top dog. We criticise Pep and exaggerate sometimes, yet he's the biggest reason why Messi is choosing City. Why we aren't grateful that we've got the best. Absolutely, you're right there, Paris. Messi coming to City will affect KDB's role. Look, KDB's not going to be benched. Okay, it's now or never for Messi. Zidane, absolutely. You would be mad to bench De Bruyne, says Cam. I'm okay. Cheers. Good to see that you're okay, guys. All right, let's get through. And I will just say, obviously, do some housekeeping before we start. If you are new to the channel, please think about subscribing. We don't normally do videos in the dark. It's just circumstances as we're selling our flat in France, which is where I am right now, and we've got to empty the joint, and a lot of stuff is out. Lights, we just got a couple of lights in here. That's it. So we're going by the light. Normally we do them outside or in the studio when I'm back in Manchester. So we have a studio there, and I'll film there with the green screen, and it look, with the we'd have the microphone. I don't know where I put the microphone. I have the microphone, and I have the green screen, and I have the pop screen, and I have the lights as well. I've got two lights as well. So it's a nice little studio. But here we are. So if you can subscribe, it would be wonderful. Got a lot of subscribers today on the back of that Messi video from that we put out today. 35 or 40 new subscribers. Absolutely fantastic, that is. And if you can hit the bell icon to make sure you are notified as soon as new videos come out, give us a thumbs up. It's always very, very nice. Last night was great. Enjoyed the memes and bitter fans on social media, and absolutely. We saw how Mbappe played in the final. Hasn't turned up and I wasn't absolutely Faris. You bang on, buddy. I don't see how KDB's hindered. I agree. Do you suggest KDB's a leader? Messi will never accept that. It doesn't matter to you. So as long look, as far as I'm concerned, as Messi accepts his role, if he's humble enough and he's told beforehand, this is what you're here for. You're not here to boss things around. You're here to make things happen. And if he accepts his role, then I think it could be great. Guys, as well, I'm on Twitter. If you look in the description, you got a lot of ways to help the channel. You can see the Twitter link. You can see the City Fan TV on Facebook link. They closed. We used to have a Facebook page. They closed it down because I had Man City in the title of my name, and we had 5.5, nearly 6,000 followers there. So we've had to set up another one. So we're coming up to 200 likes on there. So you can check the Facebook page, the Twitter, Instagram's there. Anybody wants to do Patreon is there as well. That will financially contribute to the site. If you want to help financially, we have the super chat, so you can go into the super chat and donate to the channel. We don't make hardly any money. I think was it Ikram donated some money last month. Thank you for that. But basically, this channel is run for the love of the channel. Rashidi Taib, wonderful team. Edison Walker, Koulibaly, Laporte, Aki, Rodri, De Bruyne, Messi, Torres, Aguero. So it'd be a fantastic team if we can get everybody firing. Pepe's bringing not Messi to City. Well, we'll see, Juso. Pablo Moreno, it's too early to say, Zidane. I mean, we've only had him for a few weeks. He's 18 years old. Look, he's a top talent, but he came from Barcelona, so that's my concern. The same way Garcia might be going back. Pablo Moreno may end up doing the same. Aki at left back, Messi and KDB. He's going to defend with Rodri. Torres won't be ready straight away. I'm pretty sure of that. We'll see. You're looking at Rodri to do your defending. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that, but that's where we are. Could you do a video on our lineup next season? GSG, I'll try. Normally, that's actually part of the Patreon thing I said. I said if you're a tier 2 Patreon, I will do 4 videos a month, basically 1 a week on patron suggested topics. But I'll try and do something, GSG. I'll probably do something nearer to the time that the football season starts, because my feeling is if to do it now, so you have a team with Messi and a team without Messi, it will really be Messi. I'd rather wait another week, see if Koulibaly comes, see if David Alaba comes, see if Thiago Alcantara comes, see if Ismail Benasser, Husam Oumar, and then make something then. So, look, season doesn't start for City till, was it the 19th? So we've got, 24 days? So I've got 3 weeks before I go that far. Absolutely, Haj. City have got the money. Don't worry about that. Messi does his talking on the pitch. He won't be a problem. Well, obviously he likes to be top dog, but as long as he accepts where he is and what he's doing and his role, I think we'll be fine. Out of 10, how likely? I still say 6 out of 10, Ikram. Honestly, you can't trust it. Mike, sorry, mate. Can't have a name like that. And you get blocked immediately. So good luck, Mike. You should do the lineup when all transfers are confirmed and don't get ahead of. Well, all transfers won't be confirmed till the 5th of October, Faris. So when I do it, it'll be at the start of the season, and it'll be whoever's in the door by then. Or I only might include somebody that I'm pretty sure is coming, or I've been told is coming. Okay, and so if someone's give me the nod and the wink, or I feel someone's coming, I might include them. But I'll do it in the last few days before our first game against Wolves away. JD Walks, we always fall for this Messi going nowhere, power play enough. Well, we'll see. That's what I've said. You've got to keep your feet on the ground. Messi's dad, behave, Aaron. Was it in a Wetherspoons in Manchester? Was it in Spoons? The dog and duck in Walkden. Messi can work much better with our board than the Barca, absolutely, Akram. Aaron, tell me you're joking. Aaron, honestly, okay, let's be clear here. Let's be absolutely clear. Most people who are making comments on this, they know zero Some of them know less than zero. Anybody can make all sorts of anything up, and they can't be proven or disproven. Okay, no one can prove anything. No one can disprove anything. You know, I can say anything I want. I can say, yeah, I saw his dad. Yeah, I could say I saw his missus and his baby looking at houses in Little Alton. Yeah. I can say they were in. I saw Messi's wife in Miles Platting looking at some gaffs over there. You can say anything. No one can prove it. Maybe with the Messi's wife, you can prove it because there'll be pictures on her Instagram or whatever. But you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff that people can't prove and can't disprove. So people can say whatever they like. Most reporters, stroke journalists, will say any old rubbish, and they'll be ill-informed. Is it confirmed that Messi is coming to his Moaz legend? We don't know, Moaz. It's not confirmed. You know, we are not party to the deal. Nobody is. Basically, only a few people will be involved here. There'll be Messi, his team, his dad, and the City board and Pep. There's not going to be a lot of people outside of them that are involved. So how suddenly these journalists know these things when it's kept really in-house? Remember, the CAS ruling. All these journalists, they didn't know anything. Nothing was leaked to them. They knew nothing. They were just guessing, okay? And it shocked them, that ruling. They didn't know the ruling. So a lot of things that you see from journalists, they just make it up because nobody can disprove it. And nobody's going to waste their time. Messi's dad at Mary D, says Aaron. It won't get out alive. Pep did not invest in the players. I'll say it again, this is real damn man. No, Juice or Jack, see, if you watch the video we did yesterday and videos I've done over the last more than 2 years, I talk about the academy. Now, the academy has two purposes. One is to bring through amazing talent into the first team. Okay, you see that the amazing talent that's come through in Phil Foden, possibly Tommy Doyle, Taylor Howard-Bell is coming through, and some others, hopefully, in the near future. But it's also a production line for talent that we can sell. And that's where we make money. That's how City can afford these transfers. When you sell people like Bertrand Selena for 4 million quid, Enis Unal for 12 million euros, Angus Gunn for between 12 and 15 million euros, Brahim Diaz for 15 million quid, Jadon Sancho for 10 million quid, Rabbi Matondo for about 5 or 6, 7 million quid or whatever it was, and a host of others, an absolute shed load of others. That's making City the money to allow them to be profitable and to allow them to make the purchases we do. Messi spotted in Mary's D, says John. Begiristan and Soriano Pep Dream Team reunited in sunny Manchester. Can you imagine, Ray? Wayne, how you doing, mate? Well, I can't imagine Manchester being very sunny. That's the only negative about Manchester is the sunshine. But look, as Aguero said a few years ago, you spend most of your time at home. You spend your time training. The weather doesn't really matter. You spend most of your time at home, and you're playing every 3 or 4 days, so you're not going to spend a lot of time out on the town. JRX says, I can't see Messi in MLS. It would be like taking candy from a baby. Where would the challenge be? Maybe it's that. Look, Pelé played there, so maybe the challenge is there. Messi would bring massive commercial revenue. I must admit that he will pay for himself. We reckon. Wayne, along with the jewel in the crown, Lionel Messi, Aguero's best mate, by the way. Absolutely. There's lots of reasons to come to City. Otamendi's here, might not be next year. Otamendi might want to stay if Messi comes. What do you make of Aguero changing his Instagram name? Blue Chand, a lot of people are going to read a lot into it, and I won't read anything into it until it actually happens. He changed it from, was it Aguero 10 to just Aguero or something, basically. He dropped off the 10. They're thinking that Messi will take the number 10. Who knows, guys? Let's talk about what we're going to talk about. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk about Messi, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Okay. Let's go through the general stuff. We're going to talk about Koulibaly. We talk about him every night. Not much has changed. Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis has warned Man City they won't get Koulibaly on the cheap. I'm not going to say any more about that because I don't want to say any more about that. Now, here's some of the stuff that I think is just made up. We just don't know. It says It says, this is so on Twitter, Barca Centre, who knows? It says, Pep is willing to allow Gabriel Jesus to join Barcelona if it means signing Lionel Messi. That's the name thrown out there. Other names have been thrown out is Bernardo Silva, Angelino. I can't believe Barcelona want Angelino. He's just thrown out there. He's just made up stuff, guys. And Eric Garcia. So there's a lot of players apparently leaving City, going to Barcelona just to get Messi over here. Now, Emmanuel Petit has warned Lionel Messi over a switch to England. He told the Daily Mirror, honestly, I don't think he's suited to the intensity of England. He doesn't like being closed down and being fought. In Spain, he's protected. It would be a pleasure for English fans to see him, but I don't see why a club like Manchester City, for example, would move for Messi at 32 or 33. If City wants to buy him, they should have tried to do it a couple of years ago. Well, like 700 million or whatever. You can't do that. Thing is, don't worry about his age. Don't worry about his age because he's 33. He still scored 31 goals last season in 44 games. Admittedly, that's the first time he's dropped below 40 goals a season in more than in 10 years. He's had 10 years of at least 41 goals a season, up to 73 in one season. So 30, you could argue 31's not great compared to that, but 31 is still a good number of goals. So don't worry about that. Rivaldo tells Messi that City is the best option. Wow. He said Manchester City could be Messi's best option at his next club. As his next club. He told a channel, I won't say who. He's 33, but his quality and talent are both unquestionable, and I still think he has a few more years at the top. He could quickly start shining in England. Guardiola has deep knowledge of Messi's abilities and would find a solution to quickly incorporate him into the team and get the best from him. I even imagine Guardiola building the rest of the team around Messi. His talent can make the difference at any place and at any time, and I'm sure he could produce match-winning performances in the Premier League, and I endorse that. I endorse that. I totally agree. So let's not bother with that. Apparently a member of Guardiola staff makes a Messi Instagram post. Manuel Estiate posted a photo of Lionel Messi on his Instagram page amid speculation today, since being deleted. I mean, that's an old picture. His former agent, Joseph Maria Minguella, thinks Messi will move to Inter Milan. He says, he told the Spanish radio station Cope, for me, Messi already has a team, Inter. In Italy, they pay less taxes for what could be. In fact, there is Cristiano Ronaldo. It is more difficult for me to see him in England, no matter how much his friend Aguero and Guardiola are in City. Now, in Italy, they are trying to revitalise the world of football with great signings and with these advantages in the advertising contracts of the footballers. Interesting. Very interesting. Anyway, let's get back to you guys. And then rumours on who's departing. No, Faris, I've mentioned the names. I mentioned Gabby J. I mentioned, I don't believe any of this. I still think Angelino will leave. I still think Eric Garcia has a good chance of leaving. We'll see. Sergio Aguero, yeah, I've just gone through that. I don't want Koulibaly news. It's so boring, says Faris. Nothing changes, does it? I've been saying the same thing for about 10 days. Juice Jack, I agree Messi as a business deal is excellent, but for the United team, why can't he, he's playing with great players. Why can't he just be the cherry on the cake? And actually, if you go on my Twitter feed, you can find part of the interview I give Manchester Hits, or what's it called, Hits Radio Manchester. Give a long interview to them, and I think they just took, it could only take a little bit, it took about a minute's worth of that interview. Moise legend. Don't forget the money we got from Sane. 60 million. It's not 60 million. Sane money was about 50 million euros, I do believe. I think we should be getting less than 100, but it was a lot. It's better than that. Moise legend. Ikram. Suarez has been shown the door by Koeman. Yep. Massive rebuild underway in Barcelona. But let's get back. I've missed a few of you. Sainz Suarez, he's 34 years old, blue chant, no chance. He won't come to City, and City fans don't want him. If we still Garcia, Zinchenko, we can make, we'll get a lot more than that. Ikram. Garcia, I think City will push for 20 million. Angelino, we will get at least, I think, 20 million. Zinchenko, look, we turned 15 million down. He's worth 20 million as well. So there's 60 million there. at least in my opinion. To be honest, chatting with Colin yesterday, he's hopeful that we can get 50 million for Garcia and Angelina. I don't think we'll get that much, but we will see. But at least 60, 65 million, I think, if we sold those three players. Massimo, we have a lot of attackers, but Messi is Messi, man. Hey, James, back again. In all seriousness, though, it's mental times at the moment, though. Like Lionel Messi joining City, it's absolutely mental. And actually, I talked about this on the radio station. I talked about Tevez. If you go back and look at, if you can find some video of Tevez joining when he came to the, when he was dropped off outside the main entrance at City, the crowd was a large crowd. They were wild, absolutely wild. I went to the Mahrez unveiling 2 years ago, and that was like a church sermon in comparison. It was really quiet. There was no whooping. There was no Manchester lads. It was a lot of people there who were Algerians, and people were very quiet. But from when Tevez came, that was a huge statement. That was a massive statement. It was a seismic event. And if we get Messi, it will be just like that. It'll be seismic. It'll be huge. Because we knew what Tevez was like. When we got Sergio, when we got David, when we got Yaya, yes, we had an idea. We knew they were good. We didn't know really how good. We know Messi's the best player in the world by a long way. So it's going to be incredible. And the scenes, it's going to top the Tevez one. 20 million from the sale of Sancho Bruchand, if that ever happens. Yeah, and it'll be mental. Faris or Messi wants a success. Yeah, that's it. We've got to offer him success. Look, he could look at PSG and say, look, with PSG, I'm probably going to win the league title in France. And PSG got to the final. Neymar's there, Di Maria, Neymar, Mbappe, Messi. It's going to be awesome. No question about that. No getting away from that. And actually, if Messi went there, maybe PSG could, sabotage the deal of Thiago Alcantara going to Liverpool, and maybe he'll go to PSG. Messi will, as Pep does, Messi will bring big names to the club he's at. Juicer Jack, Messi in Barca was a one-man show for decision taking into absolutely, mate. That's why Messi has to conform at City. Ikram, if Messi clearly wants to leave, why can't Barca let him? He gives like, oh, they want the money. That's it. But I say ojo Subrial. Sorry, mate, you're talking in Spanish, I do believe, and I only know a little bit in Spanish. I know look, Aguero is a big friend of the number 10, lover of the number 10, but they're friends, so they can make an agreement. I'm trying to work it out. It's a shame my kids are here, because my kids can speak Spanish. And my missus can speak Spanish, so it's a real shame that I don't have them interpreted for me on the channel. Let me just open something up. Options. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if what you said, buddy. Give us some likes, guys. I've had 40 odd people on the channel. You've got to give me some likes. I'm going to look. This is, I tell you what, guys, it's just something I like to do, okay? I'm going to go and have a look, guys. It's called effort. See what my buddy's been saying. So he said, Aguero got down the 10 to give it to his friend. A greeting from, yeah, look, that's kind of what half of what I said. I thought, that's from my friend Ojo. What he's saying is that Aguero, he's removed the number 10 from his Insta, and he's happy to give it to Messi. Messi, the penalty taker, like KDB for it, Jakes. I'm not thinking that. I just want him to get here, and then I'll think about stuff like that afterwards. If Barcelona love and respect Messi as much as they should let him go, look, put a price of 100 million quid on his head, and then he'll have takers. Ikram, I said this, the game against Lyon, KDB had 4 free kicks, all of which were easily saved by the keeper. I guarantee Messi would have scored at least one of them. Ikram, I'm sorry, Messi moves outside Europe. He just seems that guy who wants to take on another, who that wants to look. I think he could go to the MLS in 3 years' time. I don't see why that it would be such a shock. Look, PSG have got the money, City have got the money. Oh man, you're making me work hard. Oh, I will work for you. Oh, buddy. You can't begin to believe what I'm doing for you guys. Oh, to be able to understand what you're saying. What Oho said, forget man, Messi is going to make history. Whatever Messi does, Messi's the best man ever. Okay, he's the best footballer in the world ever. Aaron, Celtic beaten by the Hungarians. Celtic are a poor side, man. I'm sure that we'll try to bring Messi. I hate when KDB does that with those free kicks from tight angles. It never works. Imagine Messi does a loose free kick and goes to him. No, I can't imagine that. Okay, we talked about transfer business. Let's talk a little bit about the stadium. Apparently, City are reassessing the plans for the stadium once they work out how the global pandemic has reshaped football. Now, a few years ago, we expanded the South Stand with an additional 6,000 seats. That was 5 years ago. And that's actually where I ended up in the third tier. We have the planning permission, the outline planning permission to do the same on the North Stand. Other revamps in recent years have included a redesign of the home dressing room and the launch of the Tunnel Club Hospitality. They get an absolute ton of money there. Khaldun Al-Mubarak, the club chairman, has previously spoke of an idea of a blue wall similar to Dortmund's yellow wall, as different plans for how to move forward with the stadium expansions were discussed. However, the current focus is on how to welcome any fans safely into the ground, and the new season is with the new season set to kick off behind closed doors due to continuing impact of the virus. The word here is pragmatism and sensibility. Some of the projects continue, and we see the sense of expediting them. That makes moving them along quickly. Others, because of the challenges that come with COVID, we have to put a pause on. Okay, the expansion of the stadium, the changes that we wanted to do with hospitality, we're going to have to figure out how it goes. What is going to be the expectation post-COVID in the stadium, and what is going to work and what isn't going to work. One thing is clear, is that we can't think in the same way. We have to adjust and accept what COVID has done will have an impact on the future. We have to be ready to adjust to that. So that's it. That's the restructuring and stuff. My feeling is, I'm just looking at some of the stuff. Just reading some. There's a load of stuff on the MEN about Messi, but it's a bit of guesswork. I'm not bothered about it anymore. With the stadium expansion, obviously, if we're going to have about 30% full, the City will probably kicking themselves a little bit that they didn't expand the North Stand and get an extra 6,000 seats there, because that's worth an extra 1,800 people through the gate, basically, in these COVID times. And you might say that's not a lot of money. But let me just do some numbers for you guys. Okay, 1,800 fans. Let's say it's 50 quid a ticket. That's 90 grand a game. We play about 30 games. City could get an extra 2.5, 3 million quid. It's not a lot of money, but it's all money in the pot. Board should be ashamed that Messi was carrying them. Absolutely. A lot of people have said Messi's carried them for a few years and he was suppressing the problems the club had, and they repay him by ruining the squad and getting average managers. Absolutely, Faris. I disagree with that. James, I'm saying the thing is Barcelona are in a bad money trouble, so they will squeeze every bit of money they can get from him. Absolutely, James. Who all would be sick, says Ikram. I think if Messi comes to City, even United and Liverpool fans will be at the Etihad on a regular. Well, they won't get tickets, mate. They won't get tickets, especially in these COVID times. We just haven't got the capacity. We're talking about a capacity with COVID of 15,000. There's going to be no spare tickets, and you have to have your card, and it's got to be your season card or whatever card they give us, and it's going to be your picture on it, so there's no swapping them around. Maybe with your twin brother, and that's it. Ikram, I'm in the third tier of the side stand. I used to be in, I think the Colin Bell stand. I used to sit on the side. I love sitting on the side. I like that sideways view. But then when my youngest, I got him a season card, so we moved to and the prices were too expensive. Basically, it was going to cost me about, I think, 760 quid a season, 800 quid a season just for me. And I was only going to maximum about 8 games a year because we were living in France. I couldn't get over. My kids were young. I couldn't do it. So we'd go to about 8, maybe 10 games a season. Still, it was a decent number, but that was about it. And I thought at that price, it's costing me 100 quid a ticket. I wanted to keep my season card, so I moved it to the second tier of the south stand with my lad. And then with my youngest lad, when I got him a season ticket a few years ago, we couldn't get 3 seats sat together. And the only place we could get 3 seats was in the third tier of the south stand. And actually, I don't mind that. I like that view. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's who, but you can get a better idea of what's going on the pitch than when you're low down. KDB wastes a lot of corners as well. Absolutely, Faris. Look, we are so poor. I can't believe that we don't work on it. One of our advantages, okay, is getting so many corners. So if we're getting 10 or 15 corners a game, we should be working on it. We should be saying, right, if we're getting 10 corners, we should be getting 1 or 2 goals. But we're not. Away tickets will definitely sell out every time if Messi comes. Well, Ikram, there's no away tickets, mate. There's no away tickets right now, I don't think they're going to do away tickets because it's just a logistical nightmare. Paris annoys me. I don't mind every once in a while, but it does it too much. Paris, he did it 3 times against Madrid at home, I think, and he did it a couple of times against Lyon. It's not good enough. We definitely need to expand capacity if Messi joins as well. Blue Chan, we'll expand it. I mean, I think actually what City could have done, if they thought about it, to cause less. If you think about it, they could have done it when we're playing games behind closed doors. They could have said, right, now's the time to expand. And for instance, if once they knew in June, they could have said, right, we're going to expand June, July, August. They could have had 3.5 months of building without any fans there. And yes, it affects the fans for next season, but we'd have had 3.5 months of building. Let's say for argument's sake, it's going to take a year. We'd have had 3.5 months of building already before fans get back into the ground, and it could have been ready for next season. I don't know. Bring back the Poznan. Yeah, the Poznan's disappeared, hasn't it? Haj, Kirby shoots from tight angle, free kicks straight at the keeper. Messi will sort out. Absolutely. You saw Jack. Anyway, City can not sign many before making a deal with Barca, because if that's the case, we'll raise to the board. Yeah, look, I hope Barca don't do it, but it looks like they will go to court because they don't care about the player. Let's be honest, they don't care anymore. They're only bothered about money, and that's basically what they've been bothered about for a very, very long time. Messi and KDB, lethal assist, says Haj. Let's buy the camp boy as well. Barca fans will certainly attend our games. Since we have the guy who was the club itself in the past years. Camp Nou, says Faris. I was wondering what you're saying. With no fans, the building could have got underway. Yep, guys. Okay, that's last couple of minutes for comments. I think tomorrow we will build up to the Community Shield at the weekend with the Man City women's team. I'll try and get Jenny's video out during the day, and then I'll do one myself as well, probably on Friday, trying to build up to the Champions League. I might even try and get hold of a Chelsea. I will try and do a Chelsea fan cam as well for the start of the season. We'll see how it goes. Guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. It's been fun. Anybody new to the channel, please, if you can, subscribe to the channel. Costs nothing to subscribe to the channel. If you want to become a patron, you can do that as well. The details are in the description below. To be a patron, the lowest, cheapest tier is £2 a month. The next one is £3, and I put a silly VIP £20 a month, which ain't gonna happen. So I don't think anyone's going to do that. We've got more money than sense, but I just thought I'd chuck it in there in case somebody wanted to, because it benefits the channel and it allows us to put likes on. No, it allows us to do better videos. Basketball should be saying themselves, they're not worrying about Messi leaving, but they are worrying about Messi leaving for free. Absolutely, Moaz legend. You are spot on there, buddy. Can City actually afford to pay? Absolutely, I did. I did a video yesterday. If you please have a look at that, the one I did do about Messi, about City being able to afford him. That was with Colin Savage. Now, look, guys, I'm an accountant. Okay, I'm a qualified accountant. I qualified 25 years ago. I'm a chartered tax advisor, but I still bring in an expert, Colin Savage, to talk about FFP and to talk about how we finance a deal for Messi. Colin knows so much about finance. He knows so much about deals. He knows so much about the club. He's a member of the City Matters group. So he does a lot of stuff. So he knows a lot of stuff, and he knows a lot of people as well. Don't underestimate the big match mentality that Messi has. That could be the difference against Leon. Absolutely. Can you imagine? I said it before. Messi has 4 free kicks like KDB. I'm sure he scores 1. Absolutely wise legend. So they've got to they've got to get some money. So they've just got to say, let's put him out at 200. Let's see if we get any takers. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Please, as I said, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as new videos come out. Give us a thumbs up and go and look at some of the videos we've done. Done loads of videos on transfer targets. People like David Alaba. Is he going to come? Koulibaly. Done a lot of stuff with Mike Long as well. And I've got something coming out with a Italian journalist on Friday. So an absolute shed load of stuff coming out on this channel, guys. And without your support, there'd be no channel. So thank you ever so much. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow. See you around, Blues.